governors are taking all that money. And I'm proud to talk about it because I have the evidence. How can a governor pay 860 million for fueling of cars in a county government? That money inafika kwa county, inarudishwa mahali. We are the only country that has got strategic plan for development, whether it is 2030 Karungo. We are 2030, we are 2045, sindio? Zote zimeisha. Konza city is dead, broke, money has been taken, nobody is working there. Ministry of Health, there are no vaccines, there are no medicines. We don't have a country. We don't have a country. Now we are moving into the military. We have a budget of 3.4 trillion. Now they are going to 4.6 trillion shillings. For doing what? Not a single serious government project. When you ask them where the money is, they say they are paying the debts. When you tell them show much, so as how much you have paid, they don't say. Sasa, ndugu wa Kenya, mimi ningependa kumaliza hivi. Nyinyi wazee mko hapa. Kwa hisani yangu binafsi ningependa kuwasihi hivi. Tafadhali mchunge nchi yetu isiende mtoni. We are expecting you to change what has been happening in this country. Don't get power and go back and do the same things that William Ruto is doing. I thought it's important I say that. Finally, I want to say this. All of you have distinguished credit. Mheshimiwa Gachagua, you're tough. You're a very tough nut. Keep it up. As I've heard my brother say, history will vindicate you. Keep it up. Eugene Wamalwa, thank you for your energy, your effort. You've been talking to me, and I've been saying, yes, we can change Kenya. I know what you stand for. Mzee Kalonzo Musyoka, you know I've worked with you for over 20 years. At one time, you trained me in the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. I want to tell all of you who are here, this country completely depends and relies on you. All I can promise you is those troops you are going to send, we will work with you, we will sacrifice ourselves. Jana mtu alinipigia simu akasema Mnyuka siku hizi sijui unakaa namna gani, hao jamaa anasema hata wanaweza kuja wakupige vikiboko. Me, I have children now, finished school. I don't need money. Honestly, I don't have to steal public money to be where I am. I don't. And we tell the president, we don't disrespect him. Karungo, have we ever respected the president? No. Even my friend Salasia, we are telling the young man, govern, Mr. President, govern. Go and do things in Central, build roads, enable money, take kids to university. When we say university funding model is not working, it's not because we are stupid. It's because somehow you guys do deals to make money out of government deals. When we say SHA and SHIF and SHE are failing, it is not because we hate you. If today I wasn't a senator, how would I go to the hospital? At least the Senate pays for me. There are people who are complaining and saying this thing is not working. When we say all your roads are being done, when like I saw the other day from Nandi County, one of the MPs are saying, boss, this is how I've been seeing my colleagues. One guy gets 1.6 billion shillings to do roads in his place, and me I get 50 million. We can't have a country that is unequal. Honorable Malala, we have to change. We are going to change the DNA. We can't have a country that is based on dealing where corruption money exchanges hands for the 3 years that the government is supposed to work. All they do is share that money in anticipation for elections to come, so that then they can use the stolen money to go and bribe your voters so that the voters can vote for them, and the cycle continues. Isn't that the case? I know what I'm saying is heavy. That is the case. That is where we would pray that we go. Thank you so much, all of you. And I wish to say that we'll continue as a team. And yule ambaye anaogopa shauri yake, sisi tuko. Mungu abariki. Asante.
Mumeridhika? So you've heard it from Dr. Fred Matiang'i. Musiambiwe, it is happening. And this is the day that we're not just unveiling a building here, a building called Chui House, a building that will be the headquarters of the 5th largest party, the Democratic Action Party of Kenya. We're also unveiling a team that is going to form the new coalition, the People's Coalition, and that is going to form the new government of the Republic of Kenya. Are you ready to travel this journey with us? So that is why we are here today, and we just want to tell you that today we can confirm with Honorable Dr. Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka that yes, we have been talking to Dr. Fred Matiang'i, and we've had a cup of tea, and we'll have many more cups of tea. Today also we can confirm, and you'll hear it from Dr. Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka himself, it's been a rumor that we've been having some cup of tea with Rigiji, the man from Nyeri County, Mathira, Wamunyoro village. When some people called Rigiji a villager, they never knew that Mukiguza Murima, his village can become this famous. I don't think kuna kijiji after Sugoi that is as famous as Wamunyoro today. So today, I want you to hear from these two leaders. You've heard from Fred, but also from DAP-Kenya. I want you to hear it from me and to hear it from the DAP headquarters today. And what I want to tell you is that I took over this party on 14th of January 2022, and my party did not just give me the leadership position in this party after Honorable Wafula Wamunyinyi. This party honored me to be the flag bearer in the presidential race of 10th of August 2027. In the last general election, this party did not field a presidential candidate. This party supported the Right Honorable Raila Amolo Odinga with Honorable Martha Wangari Karua. That is the team that we supported in Azimio. So today I want to say this from Chui House, for the avoidance of any doubt, that DAP-Kenya has a presidential candidate. Secondly, we want to say this, that DAP-Kenya supported an Azimio candidate, but as you know what has happened to Azimio, wanasema mpanda farasi wawili hupasuka nini? Mnajua ya kwamba Azimio ilipanda farasi wawili mwaka jana na ikapasuka nini? Ikapasuka msamba. Nusu ya Azimio ikaingia kwenye serikali ya Zakayo inaitwa broad-based government. Nusu ya Azimio ikabaki kiongozwa na Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka. So what Philip Kisia is telling you today, as we stand here, that yes, in the last journey to the last general election, DAP was Azimio Damu, was Raila Odinga supporters for the presidency. But as we speak, after ODM and others entering the broad-based government, my party made a resolution that it was no longer tenable for us to continue being part of a coalition that it does not know whether they are in government or they're in the opposition. So hiyo farasi ilipopasuka msamba, wana DAP-Kenya wakasema, we start a new journey, we look for new friends, we look for new partners, we look for a new coalition and a new path towards the formation of the next government. So today, for the avoidance of any doubt as you live here, we want you to know this. As Philip Kisia has said, Philip, I think you are going to be the mortician. Let us tell Kenyans the truth. Azimio died last year. Azimio is dead as a dodo, and Philip Kisia will do the honorable duty of being the mortician. Today from Chui House, the second thing I want to say is that we are starting a new journey. We are opening a new chapter, the formation of a new coalition that is going to form the next government of the Republic of Kenya. So that we want to be clear as we speak. To our NEC, I want to thank you for the authority you gave me to start reaching out, seeking new friends and partners. And kijana akianza kuchumbiana, lazima ifike wakati analeta marafiki nyumbani, kuleta mchumba wake nyumbani. Ndio sababu leo nimesema niwaite nyote viongozi wa chama hiki kutoka kaunti zote za Kenya, muone wale marafiki ambao mlinituma niende niongee nao. Mnipe ruhusa siku ya leo, kutoka leo, ya kwamba kama mumeidhinisha marafiki ambao nimeleta nyumbani siku ya leo, tuanze hiyo safari mara moja. Na wauliza wananek, wageni wetu mtatulia kidogo, mko hapa, munakubali huyu Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka, kiongozi wa Wiper, tuungane naye, tufanye kazi naye, tuunde muungano mpya na tuunde serikali ijayo? Hiyo mmekubali? Makofi kwa jamani. Leo pia hapa tuko na Senator Onyonka ambaye ametumwa na ndugu yetu Fred Matiang'i. You've heard from him. Na wauliza ruhusa yenu, sababu vile nimesema nimekuwa natafuta marafiki. Leo nimewaleta nyumbani. Fred amekuwa kule nje, ameongea na Mheshimiwa Kalonzo, ameongea nami. Na wauliza leo mnakubali tuweze kuungana na tufanye kazi na Dr. Matiang'i na timu yake? Leo tuko na Rigiji, the truthful man, the second Deputy President of the Republic of Kenya. Malala amenibia siri kidogo, amesema iko gari mpya iko inakuja, iko inaundwa, inatayarishwa hivi karibuni. Tukitoka Chui House, Rigiji atakuwa anatualika kwake, iwe wa Munyoro, iwe wapi, tujue jina la hiyo gari na tujue jina la hiyo chama, na tusemezane naye na watu wake kama wanakubali tutembee pamoja. Lakini leo hata kabla hatujajua jina la gari lake, na wauliza wananek, munakubali tushikane na huyu Rigiji, the truthful man? So nimeeleza kuna wengine, tutakuwa na mikutano nyingi, Mheshimiwa Martha Karua, Peter Munya na wengine. For now, vile tumeanza, mmetuona wanne hapa, we will continue broadening and strengthening this opposition team and the new coalition. Jina ya chama cha Gachagua mtajua hivi karibuni, na jina la muungano wetu mpya, there will be a special day for consultations and for unveiling. So when that day comes, tukiwaalika, haitakuwa Chui House tena, muwe tayari, safari inaanza leo. Siku hii pia is a special day. Tumekuwa tunasukuma mambo ya IEBC. William Ruto has deliberately blocked his reconstitution of IEBC. We have by-elections all over Kenya. I think we have almost over 6 MCAs. Tuko na wabunge nafikiri wawili. Ona mbunge nafikiri wa Magarini sijui wapi, Ladera. Hawa wamekaa bila representation, and this is in violation of their political rights under our constitution. And as we speak, the main delay imekuwa wanaojipanga, they broaden their government, wanangoja uchaguzi wa AU. The other issue why there has been deliberate delay, sababu huyu jamaa anaogopa by-elections. Saa hizi kukiwa na any by election vile aliguza Mrima, mtu wa Munyoro si atakumnyorosha huyo jamaa. So there are many reasons why William Ruto has been hesitant to get IEBC in place. Saa hizi kukiwa na by election anywhere, hata wakae huko Western sijui siku ngapi, wamekaa 6, hata warudi mara 60. Tuko tunajipanga. Vile umeona timu yetu hapa, huyu Malala, PK, natembea wa governor, tuko tunajipanga. Waliambia wasiguze Mrima, wakafanya nini? Wakaguza Mrima. Huo Mrima umeteleza sasa Mount Kenya, wametorokea, nimeona Mount Elgon. Sababu wanajua huku kimeumana. Lakini leo tunataka tuwaambie wasifikirie Mount Elgon ndio watakimbilia. Na wanakuja na vitu ya kudanganya watu. Ati tumeleta bonus kwa kampuni iliyo under receivership. Kampuni iliyokuwa na shida karibu ikufe, ni kama kampuni iko kwa ICU. Sasa hii ni kama Ruto anaenda kwa ICU, labda kampuni imeimprove imekuja HDU, lakini haijatoka hospitalini. Mumias still ailing. Ni kama unaenda na peremende unapewa mgonjwa kwa ward na ako na tumor, afurahi hiyo siku moja na umwache na ugonjwa wake. Hiyo ni ungwana kweli jamani? But the real problems affecting Western Kenya, the sugar industry is ailing. Why didn't you go to Nzoia? Wakulima hawajalipwa almost 500 million. Wafanyikazi hawajalipwa almost 1 billion. So instead of going to Nzoia Sugar Company, uende ulipe wakulima, ulipe wafanyikazi, unaruka hiyo, you take 150 million kwenda hapo Mumias. Mimi, which is under receivership. The last time tulienda na Uhuru Kenyatta Mumias, we took 1.2 billion. Leo nakumbuka tulikuwa Mumias. Rais akienda pahali, lazima aende amejipanga sawa sawa. Mimi ilikuwa rais akinituma kule Nzoia, the minimum angenituma nayo was 500 million. Tukiwa na huyu wa Mnyinyi akiwa mbunge wa Kandui. At no time have I gone to Nzoia na 100 million or 150 million. Hiyo sio kazi. Rais hawezi peleka pesa kidogo kama hiyo na unataka upigiwe makofi. Hiyo ni kazi angepea Salasi aenda afanye. Hiyo ni kitu angetuma hata PS wake na wasitangaze. So there's a problem. He wants to hoodwink the Western region because the entire mountain region has turned against William Ruto. Eastern region kwa Kalonzo iko locked, hapati chochote. So the only region anakimbilia ni the Western region. Na kile strategy amekuwa nayo, anataka anunue vyama vyote Western Kenya, aweke kwa mfuko. ANC ya Musalia ameweka kwa mfuko. Ford Kenya ya Wetangula iko kwa mfuko. Sasa hata ODM bwana Oparanya pia anakula peremende pole pole na Zakayo. Leo nataka niseme from Chui House, DAP headquarters. William Ruto, you can buy all the parties in Western Kenya, but you will never buy DAP-Kenya. Nataka leo niambie William Ruto from the headquarters ya Chui House hapa. William Ruto, you can buy all the presidential candidates in Western Kenya kuunge mkono. You will never buy Eugene Wamalwa. Uwe tayari tukutane kwa debe wewe. We are ready. Leo pia nataka niambie kwenda kuwinda. Kama kuna mnyama anajua kuwinda sana, ni huyu mnyama anaitwa chui. Chui anajua kuwinda sana. Na wewe ukienda kuwinda chui, Wakikuyu wanasema garei tago na mudo na mudoni. Chui sio rahisi kuwinda namna hiyo. Sasa leo nataka niwaambie sisi tumeenda mawindoni. I was there with my late brother na Kibaki na Ngili. Walianza kunywa chai watu watatu. Vile tunakunywa chai tuna Kalonzo na Gachagua. Waliunda serikali hawakuunda. Kuna wakati mmoja aliuliza wanaume wawili wanafanya nini na mama mmoja kutoka Ukambani kwa hoteli kila siku. Kumbe serikali inafanya nini? Inaundwa. I want to tell you my friends today. I might be a young man, but I'm a bit politically experienced. Mimi nilikuwa hapo na my late brother Wamalwa, wakikunywa chai, wakiunda serikali. Wamalwa alitoka Western, alikuwa na rafiki yake kutoka huko Nyeri, na rafiki yake kutoka Ukambani, wakaunda serikali. Forming a government sio kitu cha muujiza, ni kitu cha watu kukaa na kupanga pole pole. This is how governments are formed. And today from Chui House, if you doubt me, let me tell you today, the next government of the Republic of Kenya is being formed here today. Mimi nilikuwa na Uhuru na Ruto. Tulikuwa vijana katika ile serikali ya Kibaki. Tukaunda kitu inaitwa G7. Na huyu Kalonzo. Tukajipanga. Wenzetu wawili, Uhuru akafaulu akaingia, Ruto akafaulu akaingia. Mimi na huyu Kalonzo ndio bado tunajaribu. Lakini tunaamini ya kwamba wakati umefika. Tukishikana na huyu Rigiji, Onyonka na wengine, serikali tutaunda. And we started kikombe cha chai tu, and we formed that Jubilee government. So today I can tell you, for William Ruto, hata afanye nini, the die is cast. I have no doubt in my mind, and I want to urge you today, mukitoka hapa, please go back and start working. IEBC is being reconstituted. The electoral journey of Kenya began this morning, and the formation of the next government starts also this morning. Let us work together. Let us work together. Let us look for the Gen Zs. Those young people I've shown you here, in your constituencies, in your counties. Those are the game changers. Those are the people who are going to decide the next election. Muatafute, let's mobilize them. Let us register them as voters. Let us push for the IDs. Mwisho, I want to say this, what my brothers have said from Western. We hosted Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka in Western. We were in Kakamega. We went to Trans Nzoia. Watu wa Western wako tayari. They are ready for us. We hosted Bwana Rigiji, and we saw the reception in Kakamega. Leo nataka niwaambie, yale wenzetu wamesema Western the last 6 days does not represent the position of the people of the Mlembe Nation. Yule alitamuka anaitwa Dan Wanyama. Dan Wanyama mimi ndio nimemleta kwa siasa. I was his party leader Newford Kenya. Ni kijana mstaarabu kabisa wa Salvation Army. Kila Jumapili amevaa mavazi meupe. Hajawahi tamuka mambo kama hayo. When I was his party leader, he never did. Wakati ameingia UDA, kapata party leader mwingine anaitwa Ruto, ameharibu mtoto wetu jamani. Because ile script Dan Wanyama amesema akiwa Bungoma, sio script ya Dan Wanyama, ni script ya William Ruto. We know Ruto because we know he has been there. 2007, 2008. The 41 against 1 line. That was Ruto's script, and he was the chief architect of the 41 against 1 when he targeted one community. And he ended up at The Hague. William Ruto, I want to tell you today, do not try to go down that road again. We will not allow you to isolate any community. We will not allow you to demonize any community. That will make you a candidate for impeachment. If you have impeached Gachagua because of tribalism, then isolating Mount Kenya, demonizing Mount Kenya, makes you a tribalist and a candidate for impeachment and a candidate for ICC. We will take you back to ICC, this government. Hiyo tutaka tuseme leo wazi. That we will not compromise. Kenya will remain one indivisible nation under God, as it is enshrined in our constitution. We will not allow ourselves to be taken back. And we challenge NCIC. Why is it that hawa watu wanatoa matamshi yanaogawanya nchi kwa misingi ya kikabila? Dan Wanyama hajashikwa hadi sasa. Iko gavana Otuoma wa Busia ambaye ameonya hataki aone Gachagua ama huyu Kalonzo wakitembea Western Kenya. Why have they not been arrested up to now? We want to tell NCIC, Waswahili wanasema usipoziba ufa utajenga nini? Ukuta. Wazungu wanasema stitch in Time saves 9. We want to tell this government, let us teach this thing in time. We will save 9. We will save lives. We can never go back down that road. Yeah, 207, 208. That is where DAP stands. So staki niseme mingi nina wageni, nataka pia waje waseme nanyi. But to tell you that as DAP, we're very proud of our stand on corruption, because we are dealing with one of the most corrupt presidents in the history of Kenya and in the history of Africa. Na juzi ameorodheshwa kuwa the most corrupt president in the world. Can you imagine someone ametambuliwa na dunia yote kuwa rais mfisadi kwa wote, ati ndiye anakuja wewe kutusomea mambo ya ufisadi? You're not qualified to talk about corruption. You are the chief priest of corruption. Yani, huyu jamaa is the most corrupt president in the world. Sio Rigathi amesema ama Kalonzo ama mimi. Dunia nzima inatambua kule Kenya, pahali inaitwa Sugoi, kuna jamaa anatoka huko ati ni rais wa Kenya and he is the most corrupt. So, hayo ndio mambo tunataka tuseme. You've earned that title, Bwana Ruto, but we are about, because we must end corruption in Kenya, we are about to give you another title. The title you have is belonging to the legion of extraordinarily corrupt presidents of the world. It's a very dishonorable title. We'll give you a lesser dishonorable title, and that is the title of joining the ranks of the one-term presidents of Africa. We want you to join Goodluck Jonathan of Nigeria, Bwana Ruto. We want you to join George Weah of Liberia and the president of Botswana and Ghana. You are going, and this is the team that is going to send you home. Mtuangalie vizuri. This is the team that is itafanya Kasongo asonge paka wapi? Sugoi. Muko tayari jamani? Muko tayari? So, Leo, we want to hear from our two brothers. We are very, very lucky that in this neighborhood, Mheshimiwa Kalonzo was the first to come here. In fact, yeye ndiye angekuja anikaribisha hapa leo because we are in his neighborhood. Yani sisi ni majirani, opposite this gate, Wiper wako hapa nje. Lakini namshukuru sababu amenisaidia kupata makao hapa. Your Excellency, nitaomba ya kwamba huyu Rigathi pia tumtafutie tu kasamwe hapa. Because as we form the next government, we want to be consulting very closely. So Rigathi, kuna makao mazuri hapa tu. We would like you to be our neighbor also. Na Onyonga ambia Fred pia kuna maofisi zingine. Ujue Kalonzo anajua hii area, he can advise you. So that tunapanga pole pole mambo ya serikali ijayo na vile tunasongesha Kasongo wapi? Sugoi. So nataka kwa heshima nialike Mheshimiwa Kalonzo because we are in his neighborhood. Aje aseme nanyi, na vile vile mnajua ya kwamba amekuwa kiongozi wa ile azimio iliyobaki. Tunataka as we form the new coalition, yeye awe na ile nafasi ya officially invite Rigathi to join our team. Ujue tumekuwa tunakunywa vikombe vya chai, hatutasema ni ngapi ama wapi, lakini we want today to unveil this new movement.
Thank you.
And for you to officially invite Rigathi to join us.
Thank you so much.
Tutembee pamoja. Asanteni, Mungu awabariki.
Well done. Asante sana ndugu Eugene. DAP-Kenya, mwanzo mpya. Mwanzo mpya actually is a true beginning, come to think of it. DAP, congratulations on your 3rd anniversary. Na vile asante. Na vile vile kwa kuzindua makao makuu mapya within the neighborhood. But as I was driving in, I noticed a very big kibao pale near the petrol station. DAP-Kenya, kubwa sana. Ungeweka pia ya Wiper iko hapo. Yetu tunaanzia karibu hapa. Hata sisi basi tutaenda tuweke hapo. Na wenzetu hawa pia wakija waweke yao pale, so that the country will know the headquarters of the incoming administration. Kwa hivyo ni furaha tele. Peter Salasia, sijui kama bado yupo, ako pale. Ile ni kijana wa ajabu ile. Amesema niwaalike pia Sekuru. Sio tu Wizito wa Munyoro, Mheshimiwa Rigiji. Na kule kwingine kuna Ishaweri vile vile tulienda huko one of these days. So Peter, I will invite you. Kwanza nitaenda na wewe peke yangu nikakuchinjie kambuzi, na pengine kama hujapata mchumba nipatie kasichana huko. You know, we had a commitment mbele ya padri pale kwamba lazima uoe bwana. Uko na changamoto kubwa pale. But don't be in a hurry, as I told you, don't be in a hurry. Because ukiwa kwa hurry, wengine hawatajua watakutambua kwa sababu gani. That the newest member of DAP-K, executive member for Mumias East, wengine watakupenda vile ulivyo. But you are bold and very decisive. So I congratulate you for showing leadership to the younger generations. I think we need to give him a big clap. My brother Eugene Wamalwa, congratulations. You are focused, you are precise. And my brother Tony Gachoka always likes to tell me these things about leadership. He says it's a half fortune and a half skill. I remember that he tries to paraphrase Machiavelli. This man is dangerous. Amefukuza ndani. So I have fortune and half skill. So we are here today ili tufanye mwanzo mpya. Actually, that's what it is. But as we do so, I will urge caution. Because you will recall, Eugene, that whenever we were coming together in the past, we will be hardened. Yani unaonekana mbaya if you don't take the necessary step. This time, we want to give everybody reasonable comfort level so that people are not pushed into anything. You will recall that when we met our brother, Dr. Matiang'i, even recommended that we look for some technical team. I can tell you that. Technical team to build this level. Before you consign the level of mortician to my friend Philip Kisia, give him the opportunity, because that was a very important matter. When they discussed with Rafa Utuju, was the executive director of Azimio, and that's how we ended up with Philip Kisia, and he's already doing a marvelous job. Let us not leave anybody out. We will not leave anybody out. And as I said, there are others coming in. As we speak, you do not see, of course, Jubilee Secretary General here, Kioni. I believe we are all together. Let's not leave out anybody. This is the matter, because then you will give opportunity to Zakayo kuanza kusema wamegawanyika even before they began. So we'll do that. I know that Babayao is talking to Farmers Party, others are talking to other places. When Zakayo is consolidating, pushing everybody to wind up and join UDA, our approach is going to be the other way around. We'll open the space so that as many parties as are willing will join this wonderful, wonderful winning team. I hope I'm talking to you. So that's what I wanted to say. There's no room for division. We will not allow it, so that another good friend of mine from Ingo, the other day he was actually saying, my friend Steve-O, akirudi huku pia, if he doesn't watch his mouth, that is Weta. I don't know how to disown friends. I was with Weta and Raila, kumbuka kule, wakati after 2013 elections, ile sumu ya gas tulikula na yeye. One time I'll tell you a joke. I was wearing the wiper cap, and then we are demonstrating that Hassan people wametuibia kura waende, and then we are outside the university towers on University Way, tunapigwa tear gas. If you didn't know, if you didn't know what happened that particular day, we have fought, and we can't afford. We must get killed. I didn't know that Raila could fit into the driver's seat. Hapo alikuwa gari yake imepotea, akaingia kwa ya Orengo, natafuta Weta simpati, tukapotea, and we used to end up eating kwa mama samaki on Kilimani, and tunajipanguza machozi, tear gas. William Ruto anaenda huko Kambana akasema, the last time I saw a whole former vice president, he was sitting on the tarmac. It will be it's time now to sit on the tarmac. Tukiendelea namna hii, pia yeye akule dust kidogo. And this is for the good of this nation. I believe it strongly. So when I talked of Weta, he talked of this is going to be murky, a divorce. Was describing a divorce between Ford Kenya and ODM, because he had been dispossessed of the position of the deputy minority leader, or the minority leader in the Senate. Maybe he actually accomplished that. He was very, very, very noisy about it. So we are going to do things differently within whatever remains of Azimio. We recognize, of course, that DAP has pulled out. You took a resolution, we respect it. We know that Mother Karua's NAC Kenya pulled out and gave notice. We respect that. That does not necessarily mean we are not going to get together again. It could be a strategy, because we saw our sister mother and our brother Rigiji up there, a very cold area in the mountain. We must continue to do things. We must do this thing differently. In fact, sometimes you do so, our sister Kate, to confuse them, because you know them. You are dealing with very crafty characters. So we need to be able to be very, very deliberate. We are not going to be announcing every step. My friend Eugene, let's not announce everything to these people. We have to be strategic. Wacha tuwakamatie chini. Sina mna hiyo? Wangapi anasema tuwakamatie chini? That is my advice today. Yesterday I advised Sifuna, Secretary General of ODM, and Salasi, I'm sorry I annoyed you, but I said bado tunaongea nawa. Sifuna was talking beautiful language. Beautiful language. Says if you abandon the people, Mimi Sifuna was talking like us. Ata abandon wananchi. And this is a constituents, these are his constituents. Our sister Bosibori was hosting us there in Ndagoreti North. And so, I advise that we do not give William Ruto the excuse to delay formation of IEBC. I'm happy that he has already gazetted the names, and as we speak, out of the 9, I think 7 have already been sworn in by the Chief Justice. And I said, because another young lawyer viciously argued, Jeru Ndegwa, you cannot allow Professor Law Adams, he's in that advisory team, William Ruto, and therefore this is another. And I realized, because Wiper was unfairly blamed for delaying the process. Now the truth is known. It was not us. It was William Ruto, through instructions given to a judge in Kiambu, who has vacated our own situation, dismissed the application, and therefore paving the way for the selection panel to be put in place. So now I say, Professor Law Adams, because he went in as Azimio, and Dr. Kokemoli as Azimio, right? As of today, therefore, the whole thing about the categorization of those leaders, of those members of IBC selection panel, are based on that structure. Now, we can, going forward, choose to dismantle the structure. And I think Philip Kisia, who is the executive director of Azimio, whatever remains, because we have Billy still holding on, we have Wiper holding on, we have Kano. Remember that we had One Kenya Alliance, and I think we were with you by that time. One Kenya Alliance. So some of these things, I'm just saying, we must be strategic so that you do not make it obvious. Indeed, it's going to become, let it come up and hit. Remember, there were people, Kenyans also, on social media, who are determined to get the new team going forward. And I saw myself invited to Limuru 4 conference. Limuru 4 kufanyika. But I know the urge by Kenyans, they want us to get together, drive out this situation. Senator Richard Onyanka, I really agree with you. I can't agree with you more. If there's a leader who has been reborn, in my view, and speaking the language of the young Kenyans, and not afraid of anything, it is Senator Richard Onyanka. So, what you have told us here is like a tip of the iceberg. I think I want to agree with Malala. When I met Malala today, we laughed. I remember the last time, this man is able to organize tremendous. He organized a big rally for Matungu, remember? We were campaigning for a candidate, One Kenya, Namulindo. Big organization. So I wondered what happened. I still want to ask a few questions. What happened? And therefore today, ladies and gentlemen, I can tell you what is happening now is the real thing. You know, I took a position before the impeachment of the Deputy President, the second Deputy President. We consulted. We actually went on a retreat. And we took a principled position because the country was saying, not Rigathi Gachagua alone, but even William Ruto amtangulie. So they were saying, remember, kufa driver, kufa makanga. So we say we will not allow makanga na kufa peke yake. And that is why we took that principled position. It was not for the love of Rigi G. I can tell you I've never myself at that level interacted closely with ndugu huyu Rigi G. I haven't. But I can also disclose that they have been talking very closely with my brother Eugene. You know, him be strategic. Mwambie Eugene kutana na yeye. Saa ingine tunakutana tukasema this thing is not right. Injustice anywhere is injustice everywhere. So Bwana Wambugu, I also thank you for standing with our brother here. One time I went to Nyeri, I had all kinds of reasons to say no to Rigathi when an opportunity arose. Because he had that MP for Nyeri town was a tough organizer. Nilienda kule nikapigua kelele ya ajabu. And I went there, we met with our brother Rigiji at Ndarasha, that terrible incident, the tragedy, when we were burying those children. He briefed us, tukaingia Nyeri town. I saw a different Nyeri town. By the time we were in Karatina, if I was the MP for that area, I would resign mapema. Kama kuna mtu anachukiwa na watu ambao wamemchagua, from what I could see, I don't know what the name of that MP is. I would advise him mapema, resign, tafuta kazi ingine, mwambie Zakayo kupatie ambassadorio, uame Kenya hii. Because even there will be an election. The other reason they are delaying this whole thing about IBC is because they know now under the constitution you can recall some of those MPs. Wanaogopa hiyo kama kitu ingine. And I want to prepare our people. Now that IBC is there, tafadhali, mujiandae hawa watu wawe recalled. Because they have acted unjustly. They have supported corruption. They have, above all else, stood for a government that abducts its own citizens. And I want to pause it here. My academic brother, Tony, I want you to argue with me when we leave this place. My argument is abduction is worse than detention. At least wakati wa detention ulikuwa na kitu inakuwa signed, unaweka mahali. Abduction, it is something terrible. It's a crime against humanity. Therefore, Cleophas Malala, I agree with you. Are we going to wait? Tunaimba kuwa 2027, ukutafikika jameni namna hii, with people abducting Kenyans. Mama mzee Joki complaining about SHA. Trying actually to advise them, this thing is not working. You send 20 policemen to abduct a Kenyan mother against all known humanitarian and international statutes relating to the freedom of a person. In other words, this administration, Ruto, has overthrown the Constitution. So how can you live with a government and unaamini 2027 which has already overthrown the Constitution? That is the problem I have, Tony. I have that problem. Let me now tell you this. Even as IEBC selection panel wameanza kazi yao, do you know that the secretariat of IEBC, led by somebody, Marjan, I don't know the name, Marjan or somebody, is getting instructions from the former Commissioner Molu, who is Ruto's advisor in State House. Now, let me get that document, ndugu yangu. They have already put a tender to procure for the next 3 years without an IBC commission in place. It's already on their website. Yeah? Some of it is closing time at 1 o'clock on the 29th January 2025. They're already in a hurry. And it's like this is a test case. If we don't stop them now, we are telling IBC Secretariat, you will not move one step. We'll come for you if you try to do this. You must wait for a properly constituted IEBC. That is where Azimio lost it, by the way. Remember, they procured a printing farm in Greece. By the time kina Uhuru na hao wengine walileta the extra 4, remember the Cherera 4, they were there, hawajui what is happening, things had already happened, they had procured materials in advance of these people arriving. So this time, we cannot afford, in my view, to allow these people any space to manipulate, to steal, to mess up with 2027. That's why some of them are saying they know how to manufacture presidents in excess of 24 years. And they also know, they even say blindly, I mean boldly, that they will make sure even if wameshindwa, wataibuka hajashindwa. If we are in this country, and we all belong in it, we must really stand very, very strong. Mwisho, you cannot isolate the mountain or any part of the country. It is not possible. We want to tell William Ruto, the mountain is not isolatable. It is not. I repeat, the country is united against one person called William Ruto. That's all. It's completely, and if you look at, if in fact, you know, have you asked yourself why you are not seeing opinion polls these days? Have you asked yourself? It is simple. This administration is enjoying the lowest opinion rating since independence. I think they are ranging between 16 and 18%. Hao ndio watashinda kweli? So we want to make it very clear. From now, let us actually have vigilantes and our young people. I've myself announced June 25th should be marked the date of the new Kenya. When young Kenyans breached parliament, they did an incredible thing. They stood for their future. And it's not that they could not get rice where they were coming from. Waheshimiwa mulikimbia mkawachia bunge, wakajienjoy kidogo. If it was not for the tunnel, they would have, and these young men are so decent, they would not have messed you up. But instead, we visited with Eugene and other colleagues. Tukaona vile wamepigwa risasi, sniper from on top of the bunge itself, opened the skull of young Kenyans, and you want us to forget And you want us to tell you the bread-based government is not blood-based? You surely don't believe it is still blood-based? Therefore, the 25th of June will go down in the history of this country as a truly revolution day. And I think we have to accept it, give it to the young people, that they could not have died in vain. That unakumbuka 25th, the other day, they could not even be allowed to hold vigil. We stand with them. Not because of anything, but because it is the right thing to do. I want to conclude so that I can welcome our brother, Rigiji, kwa kusema kwamba we must do these things now differently, and we must be very strategic, at the risk of repeating myself. And there's no two-way traffic about this matter. From today, the vigilante teams, any careless utterance by Kenya Kwanza administration, kama hii governor, of all the people, I could not believe Otuoma could say that. Let Otuoma know I'm coming to Busia. I'm coming to Busia. Oh yes, I will come to Busia. And nothing will happen to me, because he dare not cause violence. If he thinks he is helping William Ruto, that is the day the whole international community will close ranks. I will say, Kenya, you're on your own. Remember, we keep on saying we are against the Haiti mission. Kama kuna kitu moja inatatiza even election ya Raila for AU, it is this thing about Haiti. And now listen, African heads, how can an African country go and kill blacks in a faraway country? Because you see, Tinga is a candidate of the Kenyan government. The Kenyan, it's a Kenyan, and that's why we agree with Salasia. We will help him, we pray for him to get this thing. But so that I can quickly conclude, we document every careless statement. And Kenyans are wonderful. Forward every careless statement to the ICC. That is the only language William Ruto understands. So if you want to isolate the mountain will report you and all of us for crimes against humanity. We will cite you and you follow these things to their logical conclusions. Haya ndio matamshi yangu, as I congratulate once again DAP-Kenya. Huyu wakati umefika, if there is no alcohol, mimi itafanya demonstration pale outside because watu wamechoka. And once again, our brother Mheshimiwa Gachagua, stay firm. It is your democratic right to be heard. There are those who have already assumed that he's out of any situation because of impeachment. And as a senior counsel, I can tell you what happened on the floor of the Senate on that impeachment. Any magistrate, any judge properly directing his mind will know that was an improper impeachment. And that's why we stood with you. Karibu sana ndugu. Karibu. Thank you.
Please be seated. Your Excellency, former Vice President, the Honorable Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka, Kiongozi wa DAP-Kenya, the Honorable Eugene Wamalwa, honorable members, senators, MCAs, and all leaders present. God is good, and all the time. Nisalimieni kwa Bwana Yesu asifiwe. Asanteni sana. Party leader Eugene Wamalwa, let me also offer my congratulations to you, your NEC, and the party of DAP for the unveiling of your offices here today, and I'm honored to have been invited because it's a great milestone in our democratic process. And as we embark on a journey to liberate this country from bad governance, corruption, and dictatorship. And I am very elated to join this team of distinguished leaders in this country who have played a significant role in our democratic process. I have come with many senators and members of parliament who we work with as a way of showing our solidarity with this team. I want to give my commitment and that of my team and our supporters, and there are many, they are in millions, that we are part of this team and we'll walk this journey together to liberate this country. And we shall make whatever sacrifices necessary to make sure that William Ruto is a one-term president. People have short memories. President William Ruto has a very short memory. This team here, we sat with him in my house and we assured him that he'll be president and we'll do whatever it takes to make sure he is president. And we worked very hard. And we took him to State House. And when he reached there, he put aside everything we had agreed on how we need Kenya to be. We had 47 economic charters with each and every county agreeing on the economic interventions that will be required for each county. He put them aside. We had agreed on the payment of pending bills for our business community to bring money into circulation. He put that one aside. We had agreed on the bottom-up economic model of putting money into people's pocket. The minute he reached State House, he changed course. He got a small team of economic advisors and came up with a very brutal program of removing whatever little money was in people's pocket from their pockets. Along the way, I could not agree with him. I couldn't agree with him because I'm a very principled person. And I told him, boss, we have lost focus. This is what we told the people of Kenya. We had assured the people of Kenya that we will never carry out evictions and demolitions that are inhuman. And when he made a decision to evict people from Nairobi River along the line, and the Nairobi River Commission was in my office and he asked me to lead that program, I told him I can't do it because it's against my principle. And he said, you must do it. When we had the Finance Bill 2024, I was a lone voice in cabinet telling him, listening to the people of Kenya, they will not accept this finance bill. And it will leave us with an egg on our face. He became intolerant. He became dictatorial. And the government that he leads is a one-man show. I can tell you today, all those ministers you see there, they are flower girls. I was the only man in that cabinet who could stand up and tell him, hey boss, no, this can't work. And that's why he needed me out, so that he can put a protege and other fellows just to say, yes sir, yes sir. It's a praise and worship choir for the president. And I couldn't fit in that choir. I couldn't fit in that choir. You know, and he's very bitter. Extremely angry, very irritable, that for a whole 6 days he's just abusing me in Western Kenya. Rigathi Gachagua is not a road in Webuye. He is not a hospital in Vihiga. He is not a water pan in Kakamega. He is not a slaughterhouse in Bungoma. President of the Republic of Kenya has gone to Western for 6 days. Just talking about Rigathi Gachagua, occasionally Kalonzo Musyoka, because he's bitter that his voting bloc, the one that made him president, the Mount Kenya bloc, is gone and gone and gone forever. And I told him, it is his own undoing. I told him, don't touch the mountain. See the Bible. If you read the Exodus, I told him, don't. Many times.
But it's because he has some young MPs he moves around with. Young boys who are born in towns and brought up with Serelak. They don't know the community. So they tell him, no, it's okay, no problem. Mulima ni yako, wewe ulikuja huko mwenyewe. Hao watu ni wako, hata ukitoa huyu weke huyu hakuna shida. Nikamwambia mimi ni mzee. Hao watu mimi nawajua. These fellows of the mountain, they hate betrayal and they hate deception. Because of what Mzungu did to them, they hate betrayal. And you yourself, President William Ruto, you are a beneficiary of my community's distaste for betrayal. When they decided that Uhuru Kenyatta has betrayed you, they turned against Uhuru for betraying you in their view and voted for you. And you are not one of them. They hated one of their own to support you, and you are not one of their own. If you betray one of their own, you will tell me the story. Today, as we speak, his messages of condolences are unwelcome in the mountain. And you know that's the lowest it can go. You know funerals are very solemn. In my community where I come from, even if it is suspected you had a hand in the death of the person being buried, people still allow you to come and even give condolences. When the people say they cannot listen to your condolence, you know it's over. The other day we were in Embu, and they are trying to blame Justin Muturi Bidan because the people rejected his condolence message. The president wrote him abusive messages the whole night, threatening to sack him. But even if you sack Bidan Muturi, nothing will change in that area. Nothing. And I told him, and he cannot say I did not tell him. Because me, I'm an honest man. I sat him down and I said, boss, you believe my now, why he's annoyed is because 47% of his support, 4 million votes, iko nje. Sasa anategemea ati Raila akienda AU, he can transfer zile zake. Zile za Raila zilikuweko za Wiper, they are not there. Ile ya Mlembe, it's not there. Hii ya Kisii, it's not there. Huyu jamaa amekwama. Amekwama. And I can tell you, because I know him, he is cornered. Kazi yetu rahisi sana is to stay together and unite our people. Mimi naomba jamii ya Mlembe. Amekuja huko anaita mimi mkabila. Ati ndio mimi nisisaidie nyinyi. Siku nilimsaidia, hakujua mimi ni mkabila. When we voted for William Ruto, we knew he's not a Kikuyu. 87% of my people voted for him. We knew he's not a Kikuyu. 13% voted for Raila Odinga. We knew he's not a Kikuyu. We had our own candidate called Wahiga Mwaura. We never voted for him because we are not tribal. Saa hii ameona tunashikana na watu ya Wiper. Ameona tunashikana na Mlembe Nation. Na hapo Mlembe Nation ndio naona amekwamia hapo. I think it's his last hope. Sasa anakuja huko kusema ati mimi ni mkabila, ati ndio msinikaribishe tusifanye pamoja. President William Ruto, hear it from here, Chui House. The same way Mulima ilisaidia wewe, it is possible tunaweza saidia hii watu ya Mlembe. It is the same way tunaweza saidia huyu Kalonzo. Na sisi hatuna contract na wewe. Deni yetu na wewe tulimali. We had intended to pay you in 2 installments. Tukakupatia the first installment, ukagusa Mulima. Hiyo deni ikafanya nini? Kaisha. We owe you no debt. So, anaenda pale Western, anasema tumefukuza huyu Rigathi Gachagua, and he is corrupt. William Ruto, my friend, do you have the moral authority to talk about corruption? And we sympathize with you because juzi kumekuwa na opinion poll on the most corrupt person in the world. And we are unhappy that you are rigged. Instead of giving you number 1, they give you number 2. say, President William Ruto could not agree me to stay in government because I could not agree to corruption. The State House of Nairobi is the real center of corrupt activities. And there are two watu wawili, moja anaitwa Adil na mwingine anaitwa Jayesh. These are the conveyors of corruption in this country. Na ndio watu wenye she and sha. Ndio wale watu ya adani. Na hawa watu wakija kuona rais, hata ukiwa deputy president kama minister, utamungoja hapo saa 5 akiongea na hiyo watu. Wakipanga hiyo mane? So Mr. President, be an honest man. Look for a mirror before you talk about corruption and look at yourself. If you think the people of Kenya are very intelligent, Rigathi Gachagua has not been associated with any scandal in this country. So wewe unaenda pale unasema he is incompetent. In matters of incompetence, Mr. President, I tend to agree with you to a certain extent. Serikali yako ni ya uongo, kutenga, kudanganya watu. Uliandika mkataba na watu ya Western, ukamjema utajenga 1000 kilometers, hujajenga. Umekuwa hapo juzi unafungua transformer. Wewe mimi ulitaka nikusaidie kudanganya wa Kenya. In matters kudanganya wa Kenya, Mr. President, I'm incompetent. Absolutely. I accept. Because hiyo alikuwa anataka tuende ku-launch barabara na anajua hakuna budget, tukitoka matinga inafanya nini? Sasa hiyo ndio kazi rais anataka nimsaidie. Ndio anasema huyu haelewi programu za serikali. Sasa kwenda kupeleka matinga ukijua hakuna kazi inafanya, hiyo ni programu ya serikali. He was telling me to go and defend Adani. Tulikuwa na Eugene Wamalwa, huyu mheshimiwa, na Wanyonga kwa mazishi Kitale. Huyu Wanyonga akaamuka, akalima serikali mambo ya Adani, na mimi nakaa tu vale. I don't want to nod because I'm still in office. That Adani thing is the worst form of corruption in this country. So mimi nilipoamuka, I never responded. So one of the PAs ya mkubwa akanipigia simu. Mtu yuko huko, mtu ya standard 6. Wewe ni deputy president ya sangapi? Maana ya deputy president, you speak last. Dio ile maneno yote iko baya serikali ukanu. Kwa nini huyo Nyonga alilima serikali mambo ya Adani and you are not defending? Nikamwambia I cannot answer you. Tell your boss to call me. So president ananiambia, nimwambia mimi siwezi. That thing is corruption. I cannot defend it, Mr. President. I cannot. That is why he is saying I was not defending government programs. Sasa corruption, is it a government program? So wanasema ati I'm incompetent. Hii mtu hakuna kitu anaelewa. Sasa kama serikali ni wizi tupu, sasa what is there to defend? Walinipeleka Senate ati nimekataa watu watolewe Nairobi River. Walinishitaki nimekataa watu wafukuzwe Marigiti Market. Those are things I could not do. Ukiangalia hii maneno ya affordable housing, it is the worst fraud against the people of Kenya. And it's good today I tell the country. And those are things he was telling me to go to TV to defend. I told him I will not. Mimi pia nikichwa ngumu. That housing, initially we believed in the president. That ni ya kuleta ajira, nini, maneno kizungu mingi, we looked okay. Until it came to my attention, it has nothing to do with housing. Ni biashara. Ya kwamba PS wa housing. Ukitaka kujenga affordable housing, you must go and sign a subcontract na kampuni ile tauza simiti na chuma na mabati. Na hiyo kampuni watu wale wakubwa zaidi Kenya wako ndani ya wapi? So this housing levy tolewa kwa watu ya Kenya is to make sure these houses are going on. Ndio hao wauze simiti, wauze chuma, wauze mabati. That is what the president is accusing me of not understanding and being incompetent. Sasa mimi nauliza, na mimi nataka niseme, I want to assure the people of Kenya, this team I see here, and when I listen to the people of Kenya, because I listen a lot, once a new government is sworn in, that housing levy will have to be abolished so that we restore the dignity of the payslip. The dignity of the payslip. Wakenya wamehangaishwa zaidi. Na nimeona mpaka yule mkubwa ya wafanyikazi amekuwa ameingia kwa hiyo praise and worship team. Watu nakazwa mambo ya NSSF, mambo haongei. Kazi yake ni praise and worship. Those are the things sisi ambaye tumeshindwa kufanya. So finally ndio nimalize, because I wanted to tell the president, usidanganye wa Kenya. Useme ukweli, tulikosania corruption because wewe ndio unaeneza corruption na watu yako. Na it is impossible to make any progress in this country unless we sort out this country in terms of leadership. We'll sink lower and lower. Finally niambie watu ya Western, because mimi naona huyo jamaa amekwama hapo kwenu. Nyinyi mko na bahati that we are here to advise you. Alienda kwenu siku 6. Kwetu he was there 6 days out of 7 every week. Hakuna kanisa hajaingia. Hakuna barabara hajui kwa jina. Hakuna soko hajui kwa jina. And you would memorize, we are very impressed. Anataja barabara, Wakikuyu wanasema These men called a community that has pride, a community that's hardworking, that is rich. Watu wamesoma. He called all of us, our bishops, our reverends, our pastors. Hata huyu Waititu na mimi Rigiji, he called all of us. Alikuwa anakuja, kuangalia osho. Sasa amekuja kwenu, msangalele mwimalamu. That is the same script. Nyinyi mkikubali mtalia vile watu ya mlima wanalia. All this hiyo yote ni utapeli. All those things is promising he will not do anything. He promised us atatumalizia barabara ya Mau kwisha. Nitajenga hii. So today he does not come to our place. The last time alikuja pale Embu in November, alijaribu kuweka uongo ya housing. Washirika wakabuka kumwambia tutaki uongo hapa tena. Hiyo mambo ya uongo peleka huko Western. Akajaribu kuongea mambo ya SHA, akaambiwa hatutaki uongo. Kwetu amejulikana na ndio humuone huko. Na hata akija atakutana na watu. So nyinyi watu ya Mlembe, msituangushe. At least you have the benefit of free advice from victims of deception. Sindio? Simuko na free advice. Yeah? Sasa yeye halali ati nimekaa pale wa Mnyoro. Mimi nakaa tu chini ya miti. Yeye hako juu ya gari. The reason President Uhuru Kenyatta alikuwa ametuambia muachane na hii mtu, but he never gave us a reason. Na hapo alitukosea. So kama angetuambia what I know today, hatungekuwa hapo. Also the choice he was giving us was also not acceptable. So pale nimekaa pale, I'm doing things differently from Uhuru Kenyatta. I'm involving the people who is William Ruto. That is why he is unhappy. Mimi nakaa pale, watu wanaeleza, wanasema imetosha, wanatoka wanaenda. Nakaa pale na mapasta na waeleza, wanachukua Biblia, wanatoka wanaenda. Pale nimefunga 100%. Hata kupata agents, hatapata agents ya kusimamia kura yake. So nyinyi viongozi wetu, tafadhali naomba pia Eugene Wamalwa and your team, and then unite the Mlembe nation. Don't agree to be divided. Mimi alitaka kugawanya mlima east and west, nikamkataza. Akajaribu kugawanya counties, nikamkataza. Don't allow it. Mulembe Nation, you have 5 million votes, nendeni muunganishe. Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka pale Lower Eastern 4 million, nenda uunganishe. Mimi pale sasa ilikuwa 6, nataka nisukume mpaka 8. Sasa Matiang'i waende wasukume pale 2 million. Sasa tukifikisha 15 tuketi. Si ndio? Si tutaketi? And we must not let the people of Kenya down. They were asking, wewe, wananiambia, wewe Rigathi, tenda tafuta marafiki. Kama huyu mtu ametuumiza namna hii first term, kwa bahati mbaya akirudi second term, tutakuwa tunavaa vinyasa. Sasa nyinyi tafuta marafiki, mtafute formula. Na hatutaki kujua ni nani. Mkuje mtuambie formula ni? So we shall be selfless as a team. We shall be selfless. And let us not approach this election with a predetermined mindset. That lazima ikuwe ni mimi ama ni mimi. Wacha tuseme tuko na kibarua ya kungoa hii jamaa. That is the first objective. Let us consolidate our votes, consolidate. Uzuri, payslip holders are 3 million. Na kila, every payslip holder has a minimum influence of 2 people. Those are 9 million people who have a personal issue with William Ruto. Sasa, ongeza Gen Z. Maneno inaisha. So, and I want to, as I sit down, I want to ask our Gen Zs, please, you are doing a very good job, our sons and daughters, on the social media, keeping this guy in check. Continue. But that is not enough. You must take IDs and register as voters. Because the final transformation of this country will happen on the ballot box. Not on a smartphone. The smartphone will create the awareness and create the necessary mood and mobilize people. But the actual transformation of getting the right leadership will happen on the ballot. So we want to ask the Gen Zs and the millennials, please take IDs, register as voters, and continue what you are doing on the smartphone. Now you are doing a good job. Huyu jamaa halali. Even he was accusing me ati mimi ndio naongoza Gen Z. Nikamwambia President, that's a good wish. If I'm the leader of Gen Z, I'm a very strong leader in this country. Because it's a serious force. So leaders hawa niwapongeze. This journey is not for the cowards and the faint-hearted. This man is angry and therefore dangerous. I must tell you. Alituma watu Limuru walitaka waniue. Mungu akanisaidia. Siku ingine ametuma askari anitupie tear gas huko Shamata. Siku ingine ametuma criminal gang kuumiza bibi yangu. What he must know is that some of us, and he knows as well, of course he is forgetting, when the fourth administration was against him and persecuting us, we stood with him and never feared. Sisi si watu ya kuziwa uoga, hata tukiuziwa hatuna pesa ya kununua. But I want to tell these leaders, you must be steadfast. You must be on the right side of history. And with these two great leaders, and Matiang'i and the others who come on board, we'll work together. Na tutasaidiana. We'll continue consulting, tutatembeleana. Hivi karibuni, we are also going to unveil our movement. And it's a serious movement. And it's a national movement, but the home of the mountain. Just like every party has a certain home. It's a national party, but with a home. Watu ya mlima wamesema sisi tulienda harusi na gari ya mtu mwingine. Kufika kwa mtu tukaambiwa tushuke. Sasa tunatafuta gari yetu ya kwenda harusi. Sasa kila iko magari hapa. Sasa tutakutana kwa harusi, Mercedes iko, Range Rover iko, magari imejaa wapi? Pale. This UDA, when I make my announcement in another few weeks, will be a shell. It will be a shell. There will be nothing. Ulifukuza sisi, tumetoka na watu wetu wote. There will nobody, even people are impatient. If you know the pressure I am under to announce the vehicle, I am not sleeping. People are impatient and they don't want to see anything yellow. You know? So sisi tutaunda gari yetu na itakuwa ni gari kubwa ni ya Wakenya wote. Na tunataka tuungane pamoja na hao wengine tupange Kenya. And we mean well for this country. Na mtu asikuambie ati sisi ni wakabila kwa sababu tunaunganisha nyumbani. You would be stupid to go to the national table before you organize your house. Lazima kila mtu apange nyumba ya. Alafu ndio tuketi kwa meza ya Kenya, si ndio? So we must all organize our houses so that tutengeneze nyumba hii, tutengeneze hii, tutengeneze hii, tutengeneze hii. Yeye is bitter kwa sababu hii yangu alikuwa nafikiria ni yake. Sasa amejua si yake. Sasa hako na machungu. Na there is nothing we can do, hatuwezi msaidia, pole. Wewe omba Mwenyezi Mungu, huyu mzee aende EU kama he can give you his base. I don't know whether loyalty is transferable. Whatever he can give you, you see what to do with it. Hii ya Western naona kama imeenda, Ukabani imeenda, ya Kisii imeenda. Sasa pale kwake tutapambana. Hata sisi tutakuwa hapo. Baba akienda, ile tabaki pale tutangangania na wewe. Si tutangangania? Kwa sababu there are some guys who came to see me from Siaya. Wanasema, they came to my house. Wanasema, sikia, Tukiji, sisi, our loyalty is not transferable. Sisi ni watu ya baba. Akishaenda AU, tuko free. Na sisi vile tunaona yeye ni mtu ya kusema ukweli, tunaweza elewa. So, even that Nyanza, baba akienda, will be there also. Because there are also people who want to join the rest of Kenya. So mimi nimefurahi sana and thank you very much, na tumeshukuru. DAP-Kenya continue consolidating until Governor Natembea asiuziwe uoga, na hata akiuziwa asinunue. You know they were saying that when they impeach me at I am finished at 2 weeks, alidanganywa na vijana hapo hii ya town. Hii mlima, they have no use for any leader who is not having a position. Tukitoa huyu wanawachana naye, wanachukua yule mpya. Sasa kila siku wanaongea juu yangu. Na bado wacha tuweke gari, tuungane na hao viongozi, and then tutembee. Na mwaka hii ya 25 ndio ya kujipanga. 26 ni si ndio? Hii 25 tupangapange and we'll agree so that we have enough members of parliament. We'll sit down so that we don't compete against each other. Kama hii Nairobi we have 17 constituencies. Nilikuwa nafanya hesabu, naona between this team we can take 15 out of 17. Hii governor ya Nairobi tutachukua asubuhi mapema. Within this team here, we just sit down and do proper arithmetic. Nakuru, everywhere, Mombasa, we'll sit down so that we don't fight against each other. Tutapangana vizuri, ndio tuone maisha itakaa namna gani. Otherwise, I want to say thank you very much. May God bless you. Mtasalimiana? Mtakuja kutembea Monyoro? Mtakuja siku gani? Asante.
Ketini kidogo mheshimiwa.